Hey, my name's Jason Price. I'm with Nexite Consulting here with Dr. Alex talking about the new tax law change here in Florida and how it affects dentists or doctors that own their own real estate.
He's telling me about a new law that went into place is sales tax.
Florida has been charging sales tax on commercial rents, and that was appealed last year, Governor Ron DeSantis, and it took place in October.
This may be applicable to you if you are a healthcare professional in any way, shape, or form, or I guess real estate professional, but obviously he's more to do with healthcare. I own my own building, and for purposes of charging myself rent, before I was keeping it low just because there was advantageous, I'm assuming in other states, to do that, but I was going to get charged sales tax to do so. And so I guess, what should I be doing differently? Or explain to me why this matters to you.
Sure. So you either had your choice of putting profit in your company or your real estate company. Company meaning your practice.
Yeah.
So now you have the choice of, and you may have kept your real estate profits artificially low because it had sales tax and profits from your practice did not. Before this event, it was advantageous for you and your accountant to say, put money more in the practice bucket versus the real estate. At this point in time, you have the chance to kind of reset it to make the real estate more profitable. Where that comes into play is if you get a partner for your practice, if you are refinancing the real estate, or if you eventually sold the practice, and then you're going to do kind of a sell leaseback to yourself. It's not something that strategically puts more money in your pocket at the end of 2026, but it's just balancing or normalizing the investment for the future for whatever changes come from one company to the other. You're more likely to take on partners or sell the practice part of it, and you're more likely to potentially refinance and pull money out from the real estate. So having that modeled out ahead of time is better than a last minute change that kind of throws up red flags to a partner or buyer.
You said a good word, models out. Say you are going to sell a practice or sell the real estate. Is that something you run the numbers or model out and say, all right, well, this is what my EBITDA multiple might be for my practice, and then how does that compare to cap rate? Is that where you run out, hey, this is, I'll do a 5-year projection on each to see what that number should be. Obviously, market rate is somewhat variable. It could be $20 a square foot, $30 a square foot, and you kind of fudge that a little bit. Is that where you say, hey, this is where you should be, and run out what you're projecting your practice to be worth, et cetera?
Absolutely. Real estate's real easy to model out a future pro forma, much more so than a practice that has breathing patients and competition and things like that. For your real estate, it's all about the NOI, the net operating income, and it looks at expenses versus kind of the base profit that goes to the owner. So to look at what would be the advantage of me having a 3, 5, 7, 10-year hold modeled out, and do you want to charge yourself fair rental rate? Do you want to charge yourself top of the market rental rate? So there's a lot of different strategy. Moving the rental rate several dollars a square foot can equal hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of potential profit for the real estate company. And if you were having partners or a future sale on the practice side of it, but you're more likely to hold the real estate, then moving money from one business to another can have a large dollar ramification in the future.
How do I get in touch with you? How does that first conversation go?
Every practice has its unique facility arrangement. Some people have the practice is larger than the facility. Other practices, it may need to expand in a few years. So we look at the nuances of each individual practice. Then we order an evaluation report, which functions like an appraisal, but it's a less formal, less expensive version. And then we model the pro forma on what it would be to hold that investment for years in the future and look at the advantages on higher, medium, or low rent for that scenario.
I know you informed me actually before my accountant informed me about the sales tax. Helpful information that I was not aware of.
It's like everyone in Florida has a raise that they just received, a 2.5% to 3.5% raise, but whether you allocate it towards the practice or towards the real estate is your option, and it's a good time to reset. Maybe your practice was artificially low, and now's the time to get back up to market or where you need to be strategically.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.